All right, we are live and we are recording. Super excited to be with you. Let me put my video on. Good to be with you guys this evening here in the United States, and morning for those of you who are joining in from overseas. My name is Seth Mulder. My pleasure to host tonight's and MC, I should say, tonight's CEO Global Training. For roughly the next 45 to 60 minutes, we felt it super critical as part of our monthly training that we always do. This is where you get some insight to what's happening, rank advancements, things that are happening in the company, what promotions we are pushing for, incentive trips, how to earn those. And importantly tonight, talking about what we talked about in Kansas City Elite Academy just ended 8 days ago. What a phenomenal event, truly impactful and life-changing for me and my wife Stephanie. I'll share a little more about that in a minute, but before I fully introduce tonight's call and we get up to some of our trainers and speakers, I want to jump into some faithful entrepreneurs who had truly changing experiences, right? I'll call them defining moments for their business at Elite Academy in Kansas City. And we're going to go out to Boston first to Wendy Cawley. So Wendy, take it away. And thank you so much for making time today.
Hi, Seth. Thanks so much for asking me to speak tonight. I'm really excited. So I just wanted to give a few quick takeaways. Erin Brockovich was pretty amazing. As you all know, she is now on our board of directors, and she's the first female ever on the LifeVantage board of directors, which is a great accomplishment. One of the things that she said that I loved was she said, you need to reimagine you. Think about who you're becoming and imagine that person. Stop, refocus, and go on. You know, we all need to take stock of where we are sometimes. And after Elite Academy, there were so many great takeaways. I think, which is kind of what, we've heard before, is persevere. You need to keep sticking to this. Some of our Pro 6s had some amazing tips, some of the new Pro 6s, and the best thing I think they said was the best invite is the one that you do. It doesn't matter how good or how bad it is, but if you're not opening your mouth and you're not inviting, you're not doing what you need to do to grow your business. Yeah, Chris, that's right. You're shaking your head. That's right. Some of our Pro 7s, they said you can't track what you don't measure, and you can't measure what you don't track. That's why, one of the reasons why I love Rapid Funnel. It tracks what I do. It tracks when I'm working my business, when I'm not working my business, and it just measures and tracks and reports. Hopefully that feedback's not coming from me, but it might be. I'm driving.
No, you're good. I'm taking care of it.
Okay, thanks. Brian Tracy, he talked about the 7 C's to make you rich, and I'm just going to list them and not go into specifics on them, but I'm sure that they're out there on YouTube. You can find it somewhere. I've got more notes. You can find me. I'm happy to share with you. But the first one was clarity. You need to know what you're trying to do. Focus on, be clear. Number 2 is confidence. That goes back to having belief in yourself, which we've all heard before. Number 3 was concentration. You need to focus, laser concentration. Number 4 is constraints. Figure out what's holding you back and break through that. Number 5 is continuous learning. We all need to be learning, whether we're reading or listening to the trainings like this. Continuous learning is really important. Number 6 is commitment. Be committed, stick to itness, as Erin Brockovich said. And number 7 was having the courage. And there you go, have the courage, open your mouth, speak. So those were some of the tips I got there. Some of our Pro 7s, they also said that every time you make a decision, you're gifting your future self. So think about that. It's whether that decision is to pick up the phone or not pick up the phone. Go exercise, not exercise. Whatever you're doing is helping create your future self. Who do you want that person to be? And then Some of the Pro 7s also had a comment from Muhammad Ali, and I thought this was brilliant. I've got a son who's an athlete as well. Nothing like him, obviously, but he said, I hated every morning workout I did, but I loved being a world champion. You know, and so he knew he had to be consistent. He had to stick to it. He had to have confidence, clarity, continuous learning, figuring out what he was doing. And that's a great lesson for all of us. And then I'll just give you a quick last one or two. If your mind is closed, so is your business. You know, if your thumbs aren't texting, so is your business. If you don't want to talk to people, use your thumbs. You got to find a way to communicate and reach out to people. And lastly, expand your vision. See yourself as that leader you want to be. And imagine yourself as that person. Write goals, do them in, like, I am a leader. I am a leader of an international team in multiple countries. I am a recruiter. I have distributors and customers in all 50 states. Those are the kind of things you need to be envisioning, and think about what that looks like to you. So thanks so much for letting me hop on first. I appreciate it, and can't wait to hear the nuggets later. Aloha.
Wow, amazing. Aloha. Thank you so much, Wendy Colley, Boston, Massachusetts. On your way to Logan Airport, if I'm not mistaken. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to pop out to Utah. Bill and Amanda Hightower, if you can take your 30 seconds and give us what happened, but more importantly, what you're doing now about that. Bill and Amanda, are you there? Go ahead and unmute your line.
Can you hear me?
Yep, Bill, go ahead. You're rolling. Tape's
okay.
Rolling.
One thing that I took away was I have never in my life been a goal setter. And I did set a couple goals. One of them, I was supposed to do it overnight or do it that day. It took me 3 days to complete that goal. And that was to read a book that I had with me that I've been carrying in my briefcase for probably 6 months. I finally got it out and I got it read. And it's the name of the book is The Leadership Pill. And it's an eye-opener. I would recommend it for anybody. It's a short read. You can probably read it in an hour and a half, 2 hours. But it's a very good book on leadership, and that's something that I need. Just with me, just being there and just the fellowshipping and rubbing elbows with the people there, and just feeling the enthusiasm, it's rejuvenated me to a certain extent. I won't say it's rejuvenated me 100% because I've still got some diversions that I'm working through for the next 4 weeks. But once those are gone, I'm hoping to get back on track with all 4 wheels. And Amanda, are you there? Amanda?
If Amanda comes on, she can come on in a minute. I'm gonna move on. This is a family affair.
Okay.
I'm going to go out to the daughter, Kim Hightower in Las Vegas, Nevada. Kim, you can go ahead and unmute your line. And Florence LaRocca in Puerto Rico, you're on deck.
Okay, well, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Tape's rolling, Kim.
Okay, good. All right, well, there was a lot that I took away as well. Wendy went over a lot of them, but there was some from leadership that I really enjoyed. Scott Satterfield shared that there's a 80-15-5 rule, and there's 80% of the people make between $0 to $500 a month. 15% make $500 to $3,000 a month, and 5% make $20,000 plus. So we need to know where our people are. We can't change their level of desire, but we can watch what they do and work with them where they're at. So we need to keep all of them happy. And it's kind of like a gym membership is how he explained it, that they accept all levels of people, whether you just go there for 10 minutes or you're there for 3 hours. We just need to work with people where they're at and what they need help with. So Highlight people, big and small things that they do. If they make Pro3 in a week, or if they got their first customer and they've been in the business a long time. So those are some of the things. And Erin Brockovich, her, all of it was awesome, but one of her things that she talked about was love, that it's all about love. Love of work, love of health, love of freedom, love of family, and love. Just love people. Love is why we get things done and why we do what we need to do. Then I wanted to share another thing. They talked about pace setter and being passionate. And we need to schedule business hours. We need to make a list. Remember, the phone is your friend, whether you call, text, or use Facebook. Don't be afraid of it. And love to fail. You know, we fail a ton of times before we're going to succeed. Invite. We need to keep inviting. Show the ABC video. And a couple last things that I wanted to share. The Pro 6 panel was amazing. And just go over some of the things that they talked about. We need to love, serve, and lift people. Don't compare ourselves to others. Walk bold and faithful. Action and motivation are up to me, and it's all about mindset, daily method of operation. And let me just go over a few more. Put one foot in front of the other daily. If you want it, you will find the time and you'll fit it into your life. Have a dream and vision and do daily activity. Got to have belief, be focused, do the right behaviors, map out your future team. And philosophy is have fun, work hard, and get smart. And don't compare someone's today to your yesterday. So there was so much more that I learned, and it was amazing being there. And I loved Rachel Jackson, and she said you need to either have a breakdown or a breakthrough. And she had a lot of trials in her life, but she broke through, and she's one of the top leaders in our company. So we just need to do what we can and be willing to get out there and get out of our comfort zone and get out of our own way, which is one thing I'm still working on, and just do stuff that we need to daily. So those are some of the tidbits I wanted to share, and I'll turn it back to you, Seth.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Kim. Amazing stuff. Amanda, you are up if you were ready. I saw that that you might have been kicked off. So
I was. Can you hear me now?
Okay, Amanda.
Okay.
Tape's rolling. Go ahead.
Okay. I didn't do as long. I thought it was 30 seconds, but Erin Brockovich, I'll tell you, she was absolutely incredible. And she said RAM, R-A-M, and it was do and achieve by moving obstacles out of your way. And so R stood for realization of my strengths. Who am I? Look at my good and keep moving. A in RAM is assessment and accountability. Choose to change what you don't like about yourself. M is motivation in RAM. Take time for self-renewal. Find yourself. So recognize who you are alive. And then Brian Tracy, I tell you, I couldn't write fast enough with him. But one of the things that he said was make a list every day, a to-do list every day. And he said, make 10 goals for the next year. Which goal would have the greatest effect? And whatever that one is out of those 10, write that one on another piece of paper. And I absolutely loved everything that he said. And I don't know if I can explain this, but he said,
one thing, it's another thing. I'm supposed to be watching this video.
Keep going, Amanda.
Okay. It said,
but the hub.
Amanda, I muted you. Hold on. I muted the wrong phone. Just give me a break. Give me a second. Hold on, Amanda. And you are good. Amanda, you're back live.
Okay. He said to look at what your volume is right now, today, and what do I want for my goal for July, for August, September, October, November, December. And so I look at what my volume is today and what do I need to do? Have I been working 1 hour on Power Hour every day, and that's all maybe 1.5 or 2 hours? Well, if my volume was, say, 1,000 today, but I want to be at, say, 5,000, then I'm going to have to work 5 times more every day. And so I did our figuring, and every day Bill and I need to work 6 hours a day to reach that goal. And so I thought that was such a great way to put it in hours and what's important and how we can achieve that. And I'll repeat what Rachel Jackson said, either a breakdown or a breakthrough. Which do you want? It's up to you to make that decision. No one can make that for you. It was, for those of you that missed EA, do not miss Long Beach, because Long Beach is going to be even more incredible. This 10-year reunion was absolutely fantastic. I have goosebumps just telling you that. So thank you, Seth, and I'll turn it back to you.
Wow, powerful, powerful words. Thank you, man. Appreciate your insight. Excited to see your continued growth. Florence La Roca out of Puerto Rico. Florence, are you there with us? You can go ahead and unmute and take the mic. Tape is rolling.
Can you hear me? Because I don't see my camera. No?
Yeah, camera's not coming up maybe, Florence, but you're live. Go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay. Well, I think that Wendy, Kim, and Manda have covered a lot of the breakthroughs in regards to what this company is giving us as tools to develop as leaders. I am speechless, is how I can say it, coming from that Elite Academy. I come from the corporate world, and we were celebrating part of history as the first decade of biohacking. And to realize that not only we're pioneers, we're at the forefront of nutrigenomics. LifeVantage is a company that has no cap in developing us as the best leaders, setting a new standard in network marketing. I've never seen that. The tools that are coming at the end of the year, at the beginning of the year, they're unheard of. And then last but not least, to have another breakthrough, another discovery that's going to be coming in October. We are at a place that we never imagined, so that's why I'm speechless. I never thought that as a business person, entrepreneur, I would be part of a history, and history in the making. I feel blessed, and I do come out with something that I did not have before. And you have mentioned it in our peak, present, follow up, and close. I have to focus on action that produce results. And that was mentioned by Amanda in regards to the goals. We can write goals, but they are goals that we can take action upon them and see the results. And I think that through the exposures in the breakout sessions, to see all the leaders that are not the Pro 10s and the Pro 9s getting up on stage, all that they have accomplished, their stories, their energy, is just telling all of us to be there and at the Elite Academy in Longwood, and that Elite Academy is non-negotiable. You got to be part of the growth. You got to be part of the system. Thank you.
Wow, that is an elite in the making, Florence La Roca. Florence, quick question. I know you had some breakthroughs for your team. Some attendance.
Oh, yes, I did. You see, I did not mention for the first time, and that is because of CEO. That's how it started. They joined the CEO training, and I had the first time that I had 3 distributors from Cleveland. So we're already setting goals, and we're following the system from the first page that we all have to sign, that we all have to review. We create the daily goals. I have a leader within Cleveland that we are working together every day. And as Amanda said it, if we all believe that we can make it, then we really have to put the extra hours. So I was really excited that even our Lourdes Rosas came up to me and interviewed them. And they had the exposure to speak of their first Elite Academy. So I'm very excited.
Wow, thank you so much, man. Can you just feel Florence? I mean, she's electric coming through that. I mean, I was waiting for somebody to close and say, that was Master Pro 10, Florence LaRocca.
No, it says now I can start my video. Well, anyways, well, you know what? Thanks to all of you, Manda, Kim, Bill, Wendy, I forget names. You see, I started my web page. So I have a social page, and I'm getting calls from people. I'm getting friend requests. So now the law of attraction, because I'm just talking about from the heart and how I feel about my story, how am I part of a community of people that we hold hands together, sharing stories and experiences that make the world a better place. And it's time that we all do that, because that's our culture, that's who we are, and we all are going to make the world a better place. And I thank you all for inviting me back in October, and at Elite Academy, it all started at a meeting. So if we follow the system, follow our mentors, they already did it. So why don't I do the same thing that they've done? And we get that repeated and repeated, but I don't know why. Like Manda just said, you know, it takes time for us to realize it. So for me, my biggest focus right now is I got to focus on my team and action that will produce results. End of story. So take it away.
Awesome. Thank you so much. It was definitely an Elite Academy. 10 years that we've been doing this. I want to give you just, well, and I don't have to repeat what we did at Elite Academy, because thank you so much, Bill, Manda, Kim, Florence, Wendy, for that. Couple of highlights. Can you read that? Can you read that? Product Super 7. All right. You want to know what it looks like? I'm gonna show this. Not that it matters. You're just gonna swallow it, but I'm gonna give you an idea. Here's the pill. Here's the pill. Okay. I started on this just a few days ago, actually last week. Ever since I started on it, I've got I got this fire, guys. I've got this fire, similar to the fire that I felt 10 years ago. There are some who, you know, as the development of Super 7 continues to progress, there are some who believe that Super 7 may transcend Protandem NRF2. So in 30 years in the industry, they've never seen anything quite like it. That's exciting. That is being launched at Elite Academy in Long Beach. I want to share with you a couple of thoughts from 10 years ago. 10 years ago, we didn't know if we were going to survive, okay? We didn't. I remember calling our then CEO and saying, are we going to be around? Are we going to be okay? Because financially, it was a concern. They had to raise money that they didn't have. And there were pressures that we were fighting, and battles and legalities and all kinds of the unknown. We're here. But I had a couple of thoughts at that point when we didn't know if we were going to be here tomorrow. The first thing that I felt was we had something special. In fact, beyond the word just special, we had something that I had been searching for as an entrepreneur generally, and specifically within the network marketing arena. I fell in love with this company because of what we have. We don't have time to talk about all the science tonight. You guys already know that. We got a ton of that. By the way, kudos to the company for so much science. Okay, a lot of product focus at Elite Academy. Thank you, LifeVantage, for listening. It's absolutely a huge part of who we are. Robin, I know you feel that way too. Specifically, yes, double thumbs up. But we have something monumental and tremendous. I felt that 10 years ago. I will say this, timing wise, I feel more so that way today. And I'm getting tingles as I talk about it. I feel that timing wise, we have something even more necessary and more needed and more ready. The marketplace is ready today, and they weren't 10 years ago, okay? 10 years ago, we thought we had a super supplement, and we talked about glutathione, SOD, and catalase, and oxidative stress. We know so much more today. Do not miss the opportunity to make a dent in the universe. I picked the healthcare industry. And by the way, basically everything, what I'm telling you right now, I'm just templating on Steve Jobs, okay? I've been studying Steve Jobs. I'm templating exactly why he was doing what he was doing, why we're doing what we're doing. We're in this health technology arena, guys. This is not a risk. This is not risky. Everything in the marketplace is pointing us to be right here. There are so many people, everybody, who has health issues, okay? We couldn't be doing anything more meaningful physically to truly impact families. I felt it 10 years ago. I feel it more today. We got something special. Point number 2. I'm going to do it with or without you. Now, thank you, Robin. Thank you. That was my thought 10 years ago. And what I mean by that is that 10 years ago, I thought, it doesn't matter if anybody in this room that I'm presenting to right now, I love you. I love you, 13 people in this meeting. You know, I'm going back to 10 years ago on this lunch meeting. I love you. I pray for you. I hope for you. But I cannot control you. What I can control is my investment in this opportunity. So I'm going to do this no matter what. I will do this alone if I have to. Now, here's the beautiful thing about our business. You don't have to do it alone. And, you know, for those of you who know me, I'm a softie. I want to be inclusive. I want everybody to come along for the ride. But not everybody's going to come along for the ride. And not everybody's going to want to come along for the ride as to the extent that I want to experience it. Or Stuart, that you want to experience it. Or Robin, that as much as you want to experience it. Or Rosie, as much as you want to experience, or Bruna, or Sarah, or Wendy, you're the ones on my camera right now, okay? I don't have to apologize that I'm going to take this to the top, and I am not going to stop. Now, you know what? If you want to come along for the ride, you better put your arm outside because I'm going to hook arms with you as that train goes by, okay? Totally inclusive, but there's absolutely no waiting. I felt that way 10 years ago. I feel that way today. I'm glad you're on the phone with us, but every single individual needs to make their own individual decision, whether you're going to get up off of your butt and go do this while you have the chance to do it or not. I made my decision 10 years ago. I am renewing that publicly with you tonight and today that I'm going on this journey. I'm doing it. I'm 100% in. It's a little different. We're doing a lot more technology. We have the CEO Pro app. You know, we have all these other things going. We actually have a company that we know is going to be around that has money and they're investing in. I mean, blah, blah, blah. I know better today that we're in the right place. I know better today that I am going to go do this by myself if I need to. I'm going to invite you to come along. And the third thing is, 10 years ago, I said this. In fact, you can go to the first video that the company ever made, as we were just a fledgling little company. And I said, I really believe I had an inspirative moment. And that was this. As we were doing a film take, I said, and I didn't practice this, I didn't know it, right? It came to me, it was given to me. You're going to see this company's name in lights. That was the line. And today, at this point, that has been realized. Our company's name is in lights. And how appropriate, comparatively speaking, because we didn't know if we would be around. We're in, thank you, Amanda. We're in some big venues, guys. We're Jersey Front sponsorships, all these things that we couldn't see. But I'm here to tell you tonight, because of what we have, because of how much it means to my family. Last night, 10 o'clock at night, with our 3 teenagers, 3 who are home, we were doing dream building, talking about the things we're going to be doing as a family, purchases we want to make as a family. My favorite line as I was listening in at the door actually last night was one of our teenagers, I'm not gonna incriminate anybody, but saying something like, yeah, well, you know, mom and dad, they make like $1.5 million a month. Well, maybe I did go, thank you, Bobby, my mate from down under, you are in, and I appreciate that. Maybe that was a prophecy on her part now, 10 years later, but that's where we're going. But I want to give you an inspirative moment tonight for the next time period. I don't know what that time period is. I don't feel comfortable in saying it's 10 years. The next most important thing literally might be just the next 18 to 24 months, okay? I want to make an inspirative comment, and that is this, that we are going to make an impact in this world. That's bigger than having your name in lights. It probably includes having your name in lights and in bigger venues and bigger lights, folks. But I'm going to tell you, that's the third thing that I feel, that we are going to make a dent in the universe. Be a part of that. So let me introduce our 3 trainers tonight. We're going to give it up to Michael Jafars and Bruna Pion, Elite Pro 7s in Canada. These guys are tearing it up, guys. They're going to be talking about the CEO Pro app, some amazing things that their team is doing with it. By the way, if you look at the leaderboard, they're kicking my trash, okay? And I love it. Thank you guys for raising the standard the past couple of weeks. But I think 6 or 7 or 8 out of the top 10 are in their team. They're going to be talking about how to use this app, okay? How to increase your personal productivity, your team's productivity and duplication. Then we're going to go over to a woman who I'm not sure if she's in the United States. I think she is, but based on her schedule the last 8 weeks, I wouldn't be surprised if she wasn't. She is girl on fire, absolutely girl on fire. Lourdes Rosas, who used to be from Arizona. I don't know if she's still from there because she's gallivanting around the Spanish-speaking world as we know it. Who's going to be talking about the global vision and building internationally. She has been on the ground, guys, Elite Pro 8. And we're going to give it up to Chris Michael, Elite Pro 9, to talk about what you need to know and what you need to do to get yourself to the next destination EA in Cancun, Mexico, next February. Is it an incentive trip? Yes. Is it an elite academy? Yes. Is it a don't miss event? Yes. Is it all 3 of those? Yes, yes, yes. And then we'll have some final closing comments. So without further ado, Michael Jafars and Bruna Pion.
Hey, Han, I'll just take the first little bit, and then you can finish up with all the other stuff that you do. I just wanted to point out that I got Bob on the line also. Bob's watching in. Hey, Bob, when people look at the leaderboard and they see Bob McEachran at 492 engaged, you got to know that's real. He's a buddy of mine. He's on the screen right now. I'm at 92. And then Steve is 40. Darlene, our new distributor, is 28. Bruna's at 22. what I'm here to tell you is that there's a whole bunch of stuff happening right under our noses, and you have the opportunity to engage way more people than you've ever imagined. So if you were to take your phone right now and go to Facebook and scroll through your wall, and you'll see ads that you like that are targeted to you. Like you're like, I like business and I like animals. I like public speaking stuff. So all these ads come through. Next time you find an ad, take a look at how many people commented on that ad or did an emoji on that ad. And I used an example when I was at Elite Academy. I was doing this with some of my team, and there was 2,000 people had commented thumbs up or hearts or emoji on this ad. And you can actually click on that and you can see the actual 2,000 people that did that. We all know that, right? You got that? Why don't you just craft a really good question? Like in this case, I saw this pet ad in Canada about joint pain. I just asked the question to the people that were there. Out of 2,000, I just picked 40, the first 40. Did you buy the product and did it work? And I cut and pasted that to 40 people. And then they texted me back. Out of 40, 20 texted me back. I started to have this engagement. Guess what I was attempting to get them to understand? That's exciting. A vet friend of mine showed me something about NRF2. Have you heard of it yet? No. I could send you more information if you like. Please do. Great. It starts with a 10-question survey. Follow the bouncing ball. It talks about the human form first, and they're in the funnel. So you can be adding, I feel like a slouch next to Bob McEachran. Bob's up 492. I got 92 because there's just not enough hours in the day. But my wife will fill you in about more that she's done because we sort of piggyback on that. But she's got over 6,000 points just this month alone in new customers from Rapid Funnel. Go ahead, hon.
Thank you so much, Michael. He always gets down to the meat and potatoes right away. Seth, first of all, thank you for asking us to speak. Thank you again for introducing us to this funnel. You know I'm going to approach you often and just keep thanking you because it was the one thing that I keep saying we were missing, that automation of how to get this business going. But as Michael was talking about, we started with Rapid Funnel in April. That's when you introduced it to us, mid-April. And since then, my business, because Michael and I have 2 business centers, has gone up easily 10% every single month. And I was checking this morning, personally, when it was announced that if you had over 5,000 new business in PV, you get points to Cancun. I thought, okay, I got to check. So I checked this morning and it looks like I've got it. And I'm looking forward to seeing those points in my back office on the tracker. So it's exciting. And what we want to make sure is that we engage all our teams to do this. And so you were talking about increasing the exposure, and it's about just that. Michael goes through Facebook to find groups that he can communicate with, and it's about that conversation. It's about connecting as much as you can and getting them to the funnel. What I always talk about is your list of people. I've been a business owner since I was 18 years old. I've never worked for anybody else except when I was 16. So I know that in order to make a business grow, you have to have customers. You have to have people that want your service or product, right? And in order to do that, when I had my traditional business, when I make sure that everybody that I knew, family, friends, they knew what I did. I didn't care if I had a pizza joint, if my friend was gluten intolerant, they would know that I sold pizza, right? You never know if they know somebody that likes pizza. Or if I have any type of service, I let everybody know. So I encourage you to look at your list that you've made, or your family and friends. Do they all know what you do in LifeVantage? Because if they don't, you have not launched your business. And you want to say it with purpose, with posture. A lot of times we don't call those people because we're worried about what they think. We have to call them with an attitude of, I have started this business. I'm doing this. I need you to know what I'm doing. If you know anybody that needs help with their health, help with their financial situation, I need to know that. Do you know anybody that fits that? These are words right out of Seth's mouth, right? Do you know anybody that knows that? And if not, some referrals would be great. Do your chicken list. Make sure everybody that you know knows what you do. And then it's easy to fit them into the funnel. Say, but let me send you some quick information. Because once you do that, once you've launched it that way, then you don't have to worry about bringing it up at family functions or Christmas parties. But then you can really go into the social media realm. And whether it's Facebook, whether you design a capture page or a web page, you're going to use that URL from the app over and over and over. You take that URL, you put it on every post that you do that's appropriate. And when people click on that, it auto populates your phone, right? And so you get this information, you get this engagement. It does not change the numbers, I don't think. I'm not a number person, but I would say that in the traditional method before the funnel, out of 100 people, 8 to 10 people will respond positively. I don't think that's different. You get about 8 customers, maybe one or 2 distributors. This month, I have 1 distributor and I think 16 customers. So that's kind of cool. Those numbers don't change. What changes is the speed that we get to expose. You know, they say do 15 presentations a month. No, you can do 15 presentations through the funnel a day, right? And then you just follow up. And we have that tool that is the automation that we need. So the engagement, it's about looking at where they've been on the app, right? See what they've done, what they've covered. I look at the app like a giant house, right? And it's got 2 main front doors. It has a healthy front door and it has a business front door. But then it has over 40 back doors. So I encourage people, and you can see, and it's almost like a maze inside this house, and you can see exactly where people are in the house, and you can see if they've missed a room, right? If they haven't seen a certain video or certain information. So you can nudge them and say, hey, I've noticed you looked at this stuff. Do you like what you see so far? Would you like to see more? Check out this video. I think you'd find it interesting. And so it nudges them, and we get told that people get engaged after the numbers change between 6 to 8 exposures. That's when they become engaged, either as a customer or distributor. Well, this funnel allows us to expose people with little nudges as time goes by. As far as the duplication, I have contacted, or I'm in the process of contacting every single distributor to let them know of this tool. And you need to do that with your distributors. Just phone them and make sure that they know about this. I set up Zoom meetings one-on-one with my team. Sometimes we do group, just like this, but on a smaller version, so they can ask questions and let them know that this is available to them. Because once they know this, and your whole team is doing 15 presentations a day, because they can easily send this information through messages, through WhatsApp, through any form of communication, this will begin to duplicate hugely. So again, I hope I've covered a little bit of information of how to get that URL out there, how to get it out on your post, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. Do your post, make it appropriate, whether it's business or health, and add that URL link so people can click on it. I have people on my app, I have no idea who they are. And that is the most amazing feeling. That's what happened one day, was I could see somebody logging in, becoming a customer, and I have no idea who they are. So that's exciting. And really take this bull by the horn and ride it, because we need to get to the top. And I'm again, Seth, thank you. You know how excited I'm about this app, and thank you for asking me to speak for a few minutes.
Wow. Yes, Janie, I agree to your comment there about Bruna and Michael. Guys, every single month, the numbers don't change. It's just the rate that you're doing this. Bruna has 5,000 points, $5,000 of brand new volume. Okay, she's getting extra Cancun points, 16 customers, 1 new distributor this month. And you do that, and you do that, and you repeat that. Now you add to that the duplication in your organization. Guys, that is a recipe for incredible, scary, momentive type of success. So thank you guys for all you're doing, and thank you for that spot. Let's talk international, guys. We're going to go to Girl on Fire. If you have not heard her, you need to hear from her. Lourdes Rosas. Lourdes, we're going to turn this over to you. Tape is rolling. Preach. Teach.
This is really, really exciting. I'm inspired by all of you. Bruna, I have to tell you, I am so glad that I heard you tonight, because this is like the future. This is why we joined LifeVantage. This is why I joined LifeVantage a long time ago, before the app was even in, with us. And I can see our business 5 years, 10 years in the future. And this is going to be everybody. I know we're going to position ourselves, and really, I'm excited about the app. I can't wait for it to be international because it's going to make a big difference. So thank you, Bruna. I was like, yes. And those numbers are incredible. So awesome. International. Well, Seth, I signed up 2011, and my best friend who was on the call here, Marisol, was like the first person that said, I don't know what you're talking about, but I am in. And she joined LifeVantage. We both are from Mexico. We both went to Canada to study English, and then we just stayed. And we wanted something. We wanted a business. We didn't know network marketing, and we just started running. You guys were all like going Pro 7, Pro 8, Pro 9, Pro 10, and there was a lot of excitement. And I remember just thinking local, never thought about building internationally, because I didn't know this industry until I went to Mexico, and I wasn't planning on taking my business there, which I don't know. I just didn't think that way. I didn't think like an international leader. But my aunt said, so what are you doing? What do you do for business? And I said, well, do you want to watch a video? And she said, sure. So she watches this video. And after the video, she goes, well, can I do this? And I'm like, yes, you can. And she signed up. And I remember going like, how am I going to help her? I need help. How am I going to help her internationally? But I said, Lord, just help me. And I just told her, I said, I will come back in 30 days. Back in the day, we had a board, and I just showed a video, and I drew a cell, and I just did a very short presentation. And that worked really, really well, simple stuff. I said, I will be back in 30 days. And she said, okay. I said, but when I come back in 30 days, I want you to have this room ready and filled with people. So I went back, and she had people in her living room, and then people started signing up. And then I said, okay, I'm coming back in 30 days. And I would come home, and then I would go back in 30 days. And then she had more people, and that's how we started Mexico. We didn't have Protienda. We only had True Science. So that was very difficult. Building internationally, it's not as easy as it sounds. You have to really make a lot of sacrifices, financial sacrifices, but it's worth it. Now I have teams in Mexico. I have teams in Spain and in Canada. And thanks to Zoom, we're able to build every day. Just like Bruna was saying, you can do 15 presentations a day. You can do 15 Zooms or third-party validations or conversations on Zoom. My car has no mileage, and it's because I am evolving with technology. So I would say, just keep talking to people, keep asking to meet people. If you want to go to Mexico and be part of the movement that we're having in Mexico, which is great, then you just have to be prepared to go to the country, to travel to the country. And if you want to go to Canada, well, then you have to be ready to travel and support your team. And I use a lot of WhatsApp and groups in WhatsApp. I use Facebook communities. I have communities where it doesn't matter if they're in Puerto Rico. I see Florence here, and I'm so happy for you, girl, and everything that is happening, growing. So you can have people from anywhere in the world just being part of your community. So this is all about showing the video, no matter where the person is. It's about promoting every single event, and it's about creating communities. So we're creating something big. I am excited about this movement. I am excited about each and every one of us. It's going to take all of us. All of us. The company has given us everything now. Now we have everything, absolutely everything we need. We just need to really, those party pills, I guess, and now so we can get going and double our businesses. So thank you for letting me share. You can make this happen. You can have an international business just like me. If I can do this, you can do it as well. So never lose the belief in yourself. Thank you.
Wow, we just have to drop the mic right now. Hold on. Powerful, Lourdes. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, guys. International. We are an international company. We were not 10 years ago. There's so many opportunities. I'm on my way to Bangkok this week. Next week, I'm on my way to Sydney, Australia. They're just amazing, amazing things are happening internationally. So if you know those contacts, or if you know people who know those contacts, right? It doesn't have to be you. It does not have to be you. Think local, pardon me, think global, build local, okay? We're gonna go to Elite Pro 9, Chris Michael. Chris Michael, Mr. CEO Pro himself, to talk about how you're gonna get your fannies in a swimsuit over in Cancun. We'll do some fun, we'll do some tacos, we'll do some EA inspiration, First Destination Elite Academy. And guys, this is a representation of a dynamic company. LifeVantage has a dynamic business plan. It is evolving, it is growing, it is progressing. We're making a dent in the world, and we're doing it because we're not going to stick with the status quo. And this event that Chris is going to talk about is just one such representation of that. Chris Michael.
All right. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Dude, you're as cute as a bag full of puppies.
Oh, I'm glad to be here, you guys. I'll tell you what, when they decided to do a Destination Elite Academy, they couldn't have chose a better place or a better country. Most importantly, a better country, because I absolutely love Mexico. I love going there. I spend a lot of time in Mexico, and it's opened up opportunities for myself, as some of you may know or may not know, with a little girl that we're working on adopting down there. It actually, even if the adoption isn't finished, guess what? It's in country. So guess what? I'm going to go pick her up and bring her to the Elite Academy destination in Cancun. So I'm going to talk about this destination and what is happening there and how you can achieve it, because ultimately, you guys, you have to have a goal set to be able to achieve it. First off, or one thing I want to give a shout out to before I even talk about that, we talk about these leaderboards. Number 3 on that leaderboard, I got a message from one of my distributors it's one of his guys, Steve. And Steve's first enrollment, you guys, was on July 25th. He's not on the call right now because he's enrolling another Platinum Pack and hitting Pro 2 right now. And his first enrollment was on the 25th, which is awesome. For me, you guys, you know what? It's all about action. It's all about making things happen. And that's exactly what he's doing. So a shout out to every single person on that leaderboard. And you know what's funny is I actually looked at that leaderboard as we started and then jumped back on about halfway through this, and it actually changed. Number 10 got kicked to number 11, and somebody moved into the top 10 spot. It's so awesome to watch that happening, because that's what it's for. It's to be able to measure your goals. So let's talk about this trip. I wanted host has disabled screen sharing. Seth, can you turn that on?
That's a darn good question. I think you had all of your privileges revoked.
It wouldn't be my first time having my privileges revoked, but I think you can turn me on. Let's see. If you do it, I'll keep talking. He'll work on that, but we'll talk about the Destination EA. It would be better to show the pictures I have, but if we can, I can talk about them and post them on the LV CEO resource.
Your co-host, man. Your co-host.
All right. There we go. I'm on. Hold on. Let me go to my photos here, and let me grab something. I'm a visual learner, so if you guys are a visual learner, I like to see it. And let me get to one thing that actually doesn't make me happy is I can't share all my photos with Zoom at once. 9.
Chris,
all right,
you need to pay your bill. Chris, if you'll pay your bill, they'll actually reinstate all of you.
That's one of the biggest complaints they had is they changed the sharing to only 9 photos at a time, and it's driving me nuts, but we'll go with this. So let me share this screen with you guys real quick here. This is where we're going. This is Cancun. This is Moon Palace. This is a place that I was excited about. One, because a lot of people, I've heard multiple things. I've heard people say, well, it's a little pricey. I've heard people say, oh my gosh, I could achieve that like in the next 3 months and the company's going to pay for it. So this is where we're going. And I can promise you, if you've never been to an incentive trip, tied in, I can only imagine where this is going to go with an Elite Academy destination and a volleyball tournament that I'm sure will take place at some point. It's probably going to be pretty violent.
Chris, can I just remind that I am 2-time volleyball champion at incentive trips. In fact, nobody else holds that record. So I'm just saying.
He's actually full of it because me and the Elam team, even with hurt legs, we're actually the reigning champs right now.
Yeah, because I was on your team.
Oh, wait, yeah. I can't tell you the exact name, but I'll tell you what, if you've never seen an incentive trip volleyball tournament in this company, it's violent. All friends are thrown away because you're going to get a volleyball in the face. So you have to be a part of it. I'll tell you what, and I'm sure it's going to go on. But you're going to want to be in this pool to experience what's going to happen in Cancun. What I love about destinations or even incentive trips or anything to do, it sounds crazy, but poolside stuff that's happened. Some of the biggest things I've learned in the past has actually been sitting in a pool. I remember many, many years ago with Seth in Hawaii when I first met Seth. And we were with one of his kids and we were all swimming around, and you're getting to know people on a whole different level when you're out having a good time like that. It's actually some of the most powerful things I've learned have actually been on incentive trips. The biggest friendships I've ever made literally in life have been made poolside in this business. It's because you're just building these relationships. So I'm telling you what, first and foremost, you're going to want to find a way to be there. I've heard some people say, I'm there, no questions asked. I've heard some people say, I don't know how I'm going to get there. I'll just tell you this, make the decision that you will be there and then figure it out. Just make it, put it down, print this picture off, type in Moon Palace Cancun, put this picture up on a vision board, look at it every day and just say, I will make it happen. And guess what? You will make it happen. So another great shot here. I know people have asked me personally, hey, is there enough rooms? This is only part of the rooms, okay, at this resort. There's enough rooms for all of us, and I plan on taking over this whole place with all LifeVantage people. It's going to be a great event. But let's talk about how we're going to get there. This is the first time ever the company has actually said, here, let's pay you money back to come to a training and an incentive trip. I've never had this before, and I absolutely love the fact that you have an opportunity to earn money back. Let's talk about the 3 ways that you can do this. One, first and foremost, what you need to do is you need to get registered, okay? The reason why we want to talk about this today, because first off, Long Beach is the next event. That's the most important event to be at next is Long Beach. But there's some deadlines coming up in the next couple of days that you're going to want to get enrolled because the company is giving you a couple options that I'll talk about. Number 2, so 1, you need to register. 2, you're going to get a chance to earn money back. And 3, you're going to come and have fun, and you're actually going to learn a ton of stuff. Okay, so let's talk about this. There's 3 ways to pay for this trip. And I'm even going to talk a little bit about how much it costs, just so you guys know. There's option 1, you pay for it all up front. There's option 2, which is 50-50. You pay 50-50 now, and you pay 50-50 on September 27th. Or right now, there's option 3, which is 4 payments. So I'll actually break this out and let you break this into payments. So the thing is this all option 2 and option 3, the payment options have to be taken advantage of before July 31st. So in the next 2 days, those option 2, option 3 goes away. So it's a great way. People say, you know what, I don't have all the money now, but you know what, I can come up with $400 or $500 right now. That works. That'll get you into option 3 and get you going and what you need to do. So let's talk about this. What's it going to cost? Just real quick for you guys. It's $950 for the first adult, $950 for the second adult, and then third and fourth adult is $540 each, or you can jump down if you want to bring your kids. We're bringing our kids, all of them. It's going to be a party, but you can get your kids involved at. I know for $150 for 4 days, my kids will devour any food that they put in front. And remember, you guys, this is all inclusive. So you want a cookie or strawberries at midnight or 2 a.m. because you're tired and you're excited. You just pick up the phone, they bring them to you. It's absolutely awesome. If you've never been to an all-inclusive, it's incredible. But to be part of this training and event, because I know I get back late from trainings at EA's. We stay up late. We're talking in lobbies, and I get back sometimes in my room at midnight, and I'm going, man, I'm kind of hungry, right? Pick up the phone, they deliver it to you. You guys, you're not going to want to miss this. So to reserve your room, just know you guys, you're going to have to do those first two people, first and second adult, so $950 each, which basically comes down to around $500 is if you do the 4 payments. And I'm not going to talk in complete details, but you guys, all of these details, if you go to lifevantage.com, click on events, it gives you everything I have here, and everything will be posted in our LV CEO resources the second this is over with too, so you can all see exactly what I'm talking about. There's how to attend for free. There's 7 different tiers. Okay, guys. Tier 1, $250. You can get refunded back for 3,000 points. A guy from Mexico, of all, like Lourdes is one of my favorite people out there too. And all the speakers tonight have been just fabulous. But he says, so all I've got to do is hit Pro 8 and maintain it for 2 months, and I'll have well over 12,000 points. They're going to give me $2,500 towards this trip. He goes, how easy? And I just said, hey, you know what? Let's rock and roll, right? He's got teams in Mexico and Spain. There's other people say, hey, you know what? I don't know how I'm going to get to 3,000 points. But you know what? Hey, if somebody's going to pay $250 of my trip for me to get trained and have fun, I'm all for it. So what we'll talk about real quick, what is your goal going to be? There's going to be 5 ways to earn points, okay? 5 ways to get to this destination or have the company at least pay for all of or part of your trip. You can sell, right? That's by enrolling or enrolling customers or distributors. You can rank advance. You can personally sponsor rank advancement. So everybody that you personally sponsored as they rank advance. And most importantly, there are huge numbers of points put on maintaining your rank. Okay, there's big numbers on maintaining rank on this promotion. And then number 5 is become an influencer by basically building the influencer program. Okay, so I might be out of slides real quick here. I'm going to switch over real quick just to a couple more. Thank goodness for our friends at Zoom for making this a real pain in my tail. I'll do this real quick.
Based on how big your tail is, it's a really big pain.
Yeah, that's right. So there are different ways to earn points. Oh, you know what? I forgot to mention something on that other page, and I can't go back to it because I'm not on it. But on the other page, if you look at actually the really fine print, I'm going to pull it up real quick here on my phone so I can read it to you guys, just so you know exactly what I'm talking about. On the really fine print, what it says is if any 5 team members, and I verified this today because I thought, what? Okay, if 5 team members achieve any tier, okay, if 5 people on your team, tier 1 through 7, if 5 people on your team, not personally sponsored, but 5 people on your entire team achieve tier 1 through tier 7, any one of those tiers, you get to bring 2 kids for free. And this isn't personally sponsored. I verified it. That's from Kelly Rich. So if it's not right, I verified it. So as long as you get 5 people on your team to one of the tiers, you can bring 2 of your kids for free, which is awesome. And it's right there on the fine print where it says how to attend for free at the bottom of that page. And I'll post that for you guys. But these are the simple ways that you guys can earn points, okay? You can sell and get points as a platinum pack at 100 points, so forth and so on. For customers, you get a chance to get points. When you rank advance, you get points. I wish I could write on my screen, but since I'm not the host, I can't. But that's all right. Rank advance, you get to Pro 2, right? So look at this, you guys. You get to the rank advance to Pro 2, you get 100 points. You maintain Pro 2, the next month, you get 300 points. You get 3 times the points for maintaining the rank. If you personally sponsor people at Pro 1, your personally sponsored people are going to get those points for rank advancing, but you're also going to get 35 points. And then you can earn anywhere between 250 or 1,000 points by achieving influencer. So I'll tell you what, guys. Here's the thing. So where my guy said, hey, it's easy. I hit Pro 8. right? And I maintain it for 2 months. So I hits Pro 8, he hits 2,000 points, maintains it for 2 months. That's 6,000 points for each time he maintains it. That gives him 14,000 points. I think 12,000 was the max, right? For 2,500. So he said, okay, that's easy. He's building an awesome team in Spain and in Mexico. And I said, okay, let's go do it. Right? So but now you're brand new. You're a Pro 2, right? Let's say Steve, that I talked about earlier, that hit Pro 2. Let's say, okay, Steve, you're going to hit Pro 3 next month. You're going to get 200 points. Maintain it. You're getting 600 points for each time you maintain it. Okay? So the company has given many examples of how to achieve that and how you're going to achieve it and different ways to achieve it, from whether you're enrolling new people. But I'll tell you what, you guys, the biggest thing is you just have to have an eye on the goal, because that's the way it's going to happen. Okay, so let's scoot over here. So let me ask you a question. I want you to print this out at the end. It's already in the LV CEO resources. If you're not part of LV CEO resources, join. And there's a goal sheet that's already on there that Mark Harris actually created, which was great. I was going to create it. I saw it pop up and said, perfect, R&D. If you don't know what R&D is, I'll tell you later. Okay, grab that form, said, let's use it. It's exactly what we need. So what is your goal? I want you to write down on a piece of paper right now, what's your goal? Tier 1, Tier 2. If it was me, you know what? You might not see how to do it yet, but we'll put a program together. Write down Tier 7. That's my goal, because I see $2,500 to get the company to pay for me and my family to go on vacation. That's my goal. I'm going to go for it. Okay? And I'll probably beat Seth like I normally do to get to those goals. I'm pretty good at it. Here he comes with his mic off. I was going to pull up an old basketball picture that I found, but I won't. I'll save that for a later training date. Okay? So what's your goal? Your goal is track it, you guys. So here's a tracking sheet the company put together. But most importantly, Mark Harris, a great distributor in LifeVantage, just a class act in the company. He created this. Okay? It's already on LV CEO resources where you can print this off. He put the tiers with the points with your goals all on one sheet. It's a PDF or a JPEG. Both of them are there already in LV CEO resources. You can print these off and just track it from right now. So print it off, take it with you everywhere you're going. You guys, as I've listened to different people tonight talk about different things, there was one common goal, and it was goals. Okay, I heard it from many different people. And it's funny, I was on social media and I saw something that just really hit home for me. Okay. And it was something I was like, okay, I'll write this down. I don't know why, but now I know why. It was for tonight. And it's this: the tragedy in life doesn't lie in not reaching your goal. The tragedy lies in having no goal to reach. Set your goals, achieve your goals. Anything is possible. When Seth talks about 10 years ago, I remember sitting there with you, Seth. I remember joining this company and then realizing the company had to raise money to stay there, right? We're out enrolling people in platinum packs. It was a whole different ball game, you guys. I truly believe the timing right now is never better for this company. We're a big enough company that we're going to be around forever, but we're small enough that no one knows about us. And there's a pathway to do exactly what you need to do to build this business, to achieve your goals and your team's goals. And like Seth said, I remember him telling me this, and I remember telling myself this: hey, I'm going to do this with or without you. I remember that. And I remember saying, you know what? I love my upline, but I'm getting rid of them. I got to go do this for me, for my family. I'm going to own my business, and I'm not going to put my future to anyone but myself. So if I have to blame somebody, the only person I can blame is go look in the mirror, is myself. And I made that goal on very, very early into this. And I knew by doing that, nothing was going to stop me. And with doing that, you guys, we've achieved a lot of things, but I promise you guys, we haven't even touched what we're going to accomplish in this company. And I remember 10 years ago, we said, I don't think we really realize what we have our hands on. I remember saying this multiple times. I remember hearing it from all of your Pro 10s in this company. Okay. We really don't know what we have our hands on. I still don't think that we really know what we have our hands on. So with that being said, you guys, I'm going to leave you with that quote I said again. Normally I leave it with a different quote, but I'm doing it different tonight. So remember this, the tragedy in life does not lie in not reaching your goal. The tragedy lies in having no goal to reach. So with that, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. You rock. Seth, you rock. Love working with you, and love hearing from every one of the great leaders today. And holy cow, what a just nugget-filled training tonight with so many people. So hopefully that helps some of you guys.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much, Chris. What a powerful 73 minutes we've had at Elite Academy. Somebody said, one of the speakers, one of the elites said, what is your, if you do not know what your system is, I want you to text your enroller right now and ask them, what is our system, right? And I started getting texts in, hey, what is our system? And I just want to remind you that there is power in a system. Michael and Bruna have talked about it today. Let me share with you a very simple document. This is what I sent them. This is what I sent back to them, by the way, those who asked me about it. There are 3 steps to starting your business, and that's the beginning of the system. Keep in mind this. You do not have to know how to do everything today. That should take, hopefully, for those of you who stress out and have anxiety and worry warts, that should take, hopefully, a lot of the pressure. You don't have to worry about everything. You don't have to worry about almost anything. You only have to focus on the next step. And frankly, for most of us on this call, and I'm including myself as I relaunch my business, because I'm doing it, I'm going to go do this by myself if I have to. This is my company. And this is your company. That's what you need to say. You need to have the mentality. I love what Chris just said. Listen, I was getting rid of my upline. What that means is, pardon me, I'm not waiting around for anybody. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not making anybody else responsible for my business but me. I am the CEO, okay? I'm the chief executive, and I'm going to make it happen because this is my company. That's the mentality you have to have. And these are the 3 steps. This simple document, the first document in our CEO system is this: getting started checklist. When you start the business, when you restart the business, there are really only 3 things that are applicable. Number 1, your vision. You got to know what you want. And I mean what you really, really want. Isn't there a rap song? Something along those lines. We call it the WIG, okay? What is your WIG? WIG stands for Wildly Important Goal. Second, you don't have to use, but the second step is downloading and starting to use the app, the CEO Pro app from Rapid Funnel. This is not a training on that tonight. There's a 16-minute training on the app. There's a 16-minute training that your sponsor or your upline can share with you on how to use that, why you need that, and how to use it. But let me say this, for those who may not be using the app. Listen, I'll tell you what. I would not feel the pressure to use the CEO Pro app if everybody wanted to meet me like they wanted to meet me 10 years ago, right? Because I can probably close more people, and you probably can close more people the more face-to-face you are. And the reason is because you're having more connected conversation, more connectedness, okay? Connectedness. You're more connected, okay? By the way, the CEO Pro app helps you do that more than you have been, okay? This is just the trend of where we're going. But I'll say this, the CEO Pro app only mimics the things that we need to do anyway. It just helps us do them faster, and it measures them for us, and our training's all there, so it's a beautiful place to go. But I'll say this, if you weren't going to use the app, you'd still follow this step. You'd do the same things that you're going to do. You'd pull out the you'd pull out the what to say and when to say it script doc, and you'd make a list, and you'd create 10 engagements in your first 5 days. It's right there on the step. So all the app is helping you do is to create exposure, engagement, follow-up, and closing, okay? Right? So your vision, our app. In other words, our system of exposure. And thirdly is the team. And what do we mean by the team? We're talking about the communications. We're talking about the next CEO Global online training date. By the way, mark your calendar. It's August 13th, 2 weeks from tomorrow. Say, what? Why are we doing this 2 weeks from tomorrow? Let me ask you this. Do you want to get a month's worth of work done in the next month? Or do you want to get a month's worth of work done in the next 2 weeks? Okay, the next training is 2 weeks from now. Bring your next big event, okay, for your team, for your duplication, is 2 weeks from tomorrow, August 13th, 6 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, so that you can inspire your team. I can do more for my team on this call than I can do 10 hours on my own calling my team individually, guys. So what am I going to do? I'm going to spend 1 or 2 hours over the next few days and week inviting my team and promoting the next CEO Global training, because I've been inspired today. I would love it if you would drop in the comments, in the chat section, what you took away from today. Even one thought. Let's light up the commentary section. Back to the getting started document. The next corporate event, Elite Academy, we know when those are. Okay, Long Beach, Destination EA. Thank you, Marcella, for your comment. Coaching, where do you get coaching? LB CEO Resources, the CEO Pro app. Guys, this is a 3-step system that will get you to taking the appropriate actions. You don't have to know every step. You just need to do the next step. Your vision, our app, the team. So with that, Chris, any closing comments? I'm wrapping this up, guys. We're at 80 minutes, a powerful 80 minutes. We'll be here 2 weeks from tonight. Let's crash our Zoom account. I could think of nothing better than to crash our Zoom account and not be able to do the training, because that would be the most important thing you could ever say to every one of your prospects and your team. Guys, we increased our numbers by 10 times in 2 weeks. Is that something worth getting excited about? And then you can go from there. So let's crash the system 2 weeks from tomorrow. Chris, I'll give it up to you to give a final closing comment. Thank you to everybody on this line tonight, those who participated by being here, those who are taking notes, every single one of you that made comments, those of you who are putting chats in, dude, that is golden. That is money. That is creating entrepreneurs online, okay? Because that's what we need to be doing in the social media arena and with our friends. Thank you, Lourdes. Thank you, Michael and Bruna. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Wendy. And thank you, Florence. Chris, Michael, let's take it home.
Hey, enough has been said tonight, you guys. There's been a lot of inspiration. And I'll leave it with my old quote that I always leave every training with. Remember that you get paid a lot more for a transformation than you ever will a transaction. This is about transforming lives and helping others. So we'll see you guys in a couple weeks. And let's have a great couple weeks and take advantage and do your business today, tonight. Make things happen tonight. So appreciate each and every one of you guys. Have a wonderful evening.
Awesome, guys. This call is in the books. Let's go do work.